Hello! I thought this would be a nice video to try doing my first voiceover. As you will have seen by the title, this video is about my collection of journals and how I use them. I was heavily inspired by Ruby Granger's similar video, so I give her full credit for this idea. Like her, I have lots of journals with lots of different purposes. For organization's sake of this video, I separated mine into 4 categories: scratch pads, creative notes, musings, and planning. In the first category, we have scratch pads. These include some cheap notebooks and a little square pad with a grid pattern that is really nice for my daily to-do lists. It is not a sticky note despite its shape, so you just rip it off from the top. I originally got this in a store in Vancouver, but you can also find it on Amazon by the Japanese brand MD Paper. When it is brand new, it is like 2 inches high. Then we have these pads of plain paper from Muji. Their paper is more like newsprint and has a slight tan color to them. I mainly use these for quick scribbles I intend to throw out, and messy notes, like these 2 pads dedicated to my conference notes when I went to the Surrey International Writers' Conference 2 years in a row. And then this is my current one I'm working through. Within the category of scratch pads, I've included my commonplace notebooks. I have 3 of them, and if you're not familiar with commonplacing, it's essentially your phone notes in traditional form. You scribble down whatever comes to mind, any musings or plannings or quotes you want to remember. Ruby Granger also has several videos on her channel that go more into depth if you're interested in learning about commonplacing. The green one is a Profolio Oasis notebook that I filled up several years ago, and this little yellow pocket notebook I got in 2016 when I went to Berlin, and I just throw this in my bag in case I need to jot something down. My main commonplace notebook is in this leather portfolio I made myself from an Instagram tutorial as a DIY version of those popular Louise Carmen ones from Paris. It was surprisingly easy to make, and I use it on the daily, so definitely well worth it and much more budget friendly. Inside I have 3 notebooks. The first is my editing notes for my manuscript. You'll notice as well I prefer dotted or grid paper over lines since I tend to make diagrams and doodles in my notes a lot. The second and main notebook in here is my commonplace notebook. Again, it's dotted and I have a key at the front to tell me what categories certain things are in if I remember to put the dots next to them. And the last notebook in here is just a simple sketchbook. All of these are, of course, Moleskines, which is my favorite brand for notebooks, sketchbooks, and planners, as you will see. A fun feature of this portfolio is that you can change out notebooks when you fill them up, or if you need different ones for a trip or outing. The second category is creative notes, and technically my manuscript notebook should be in this category too, but I forgot to take it out of the leather portfolio, so we'll just ignore that. There's already a lot in this category, so let's just start with the biggest section, which is my idea journals. I have been keeping my story ideas in these journals for over a decade now, and they're always decomposition notebooks. I don't know why, they just work best for me, and now it's become a habit. A few years ago, I started a digital version of these, but sometimes I just need to plot things out in pen and paper, so I always keep a spare few handy. As you can see, the earliest one I started was in 2010, so these hold 15 years of story ideas and a few cringy doodles. And if you're keeping track of my age, the first one dates back to when I was 10 years old. This latest one has the plottings for my next novel I plan to write. These next 3 journals are more keepsakes than anything. When I was younger, I used to write all my novels by hand in these squishy cover Indigo brand notebooks, and I had a lot of them, probably close to 60, filled with stories. But tragically, they somehow all went missing over the years, and I have only ever been able to find 3 of them. So I will treasure these 3 crumbling little notebooks forever. Next in this category is free writing journals. From time to time, I like to take a fun pen and a physical notebook and do some free writing. Sometimes I choose a prompt from Pinterest, other times I just set a 20-minute timer and keep writing without stopping until it goes off. They're always great little exercises to get your creative mind flowing. This thin little green one I'm pretty sure is from Muji, and it isn't anything special, but this red one is another Indigo notebook, and I use colorful ballpoint pens in this one. I have an assortment of colorful pens. These zebra ones are great. And I also have some erasable ones from Amazon that are nice for being able to erase, but they dry out rather quickly, I've found. And this brown leather wrapped one I also got from Indigo. Reserved for fountain pen and feather pen. Yes, I own a feather pen, but I mainly write using my Lamy fountain pen with a medium nib. They are my favorite fountain pen, though the only one I've tried, so I can't really compare. This next little journal is my idea journal for graphic novels and webcomics. Since this medium of storytelling is fairly different from novel writing, I decided to keep it in a separate notebook than my other ideas. Then this notebook here is for all my art shop ideas. Like my grid scratch pad, it's also from empty paper, and this one is designed to open flat, which is really lovely. Though my shop is currently closed, I do have lots of ideas for products and plan to open it back up sometime, either late this year or early next year when the timing is better. This fig sticker is a past product I made and will definitely put back up in my shop in the future. The third category of musings encompasses all my diaries from over the past years, plus my reading journal. I've had many different brands, from indigo to moleskin to Letterman, from hardcover to softcover, and all have served me well. No surprise though, moleskin is my favorite, with Letterman being a close second. My reading journal, on the other hand, is a random campus notebook that I got off Amazon about a year ago now. Oh, and these stickers are a mix of my own on the bottom right and other artists on the left side. Not sure if I get it again, as I find it a bit too smooth for my Muji pens, so it smudges easily. Similarly to my old handwritten novels, I used to have more diaries saved, but things happened and a few went missing. I also used to write daily in these things, but lately it's been far less frequent, though I do love journaling, so I plan to get back into it this year. I'm pretty sure the ones I have go back at least 5 or 6 years, right back to when I first met my boyfriend. And then the final category comes down to planning, with just 3 notebooks. Here I have my 2025 Moleskine Weekly Vertical Planner. As a hardcore planner, I have tried my fair share of planners, from Moseri to Muji to bullet journals, and I've landed on the Moleskine planner for 2 years now. In my current planner, I have, of course, the days on the left, and then on the right side, I've divided my page into a habit tracker grid on the top, and then an overall weekly to-do list on the bottom that I can separate into days. I am interested in the whole Hobonichi trend, however, I like making lots of notes, and I'm not sure if I will vibe with their slender design. This dark blue journal is actually a Letterman 1917 dotted notebook, and I use it for my budget tracking, so there's nothing really special for this one. And lastly, this is my Muji mini binder notebook thing. Now, I love Muji and I love this grid paper inside and the fact that you can add more, but I hate this binder. It just does not stay open, and it also doesn't stay closed, so it's a real pain, and I would not recommend this specific one. As for the contents, I use this for planning my YouTube videos mainly, but I've migrated those notes into my commonplace journal to cut back on my collection. Journals are just so pretty and so much fun to use. I definitely think more people should start their own collections. And if you need ideas for your own, you can always refer back to this video.